What up, HyperChange? Welcome to another episode. We're doing an FSD beta drive in San Francisco where they say the software is the best. We got the legend himself, Omar, whole Mars. He says FSD is incredible, tweets about how perfect it is all the time. Elon loves it, so we'll see. And we got Arash, Minimal Duck.
Woo! What's up?
In the damaged hyper ship around SF, FSD beta, let's roll. Let's go with this. Wait, what did you just pull up?
The autopilot settings.
And, okay. So isn't this what they're in trouble for? The whole average assertive thing?
Yeah.
What do you drive on?
Assertive.
Should we do assertive?
Whatever you want. Average might be.
I'm gonna do average, okay.
Action.
You know what I was thinking is Tesla needs like a restaurant for superchargers, because a lot of the times I'm eating like shitty fast food and I wish they had like a dank restaurant, like they collab with In-N-Out on the Tesla.
Yeah, they're doing one in Santa Monica.
Right? The like diner drive-in. Yeah, I want to see what's good with that.
But yeah, it's really interesting. I think that ancillary services to superchargers could actually be a huge business.
Yeah.
Like, because people go there, they got to spend, 20, 30 minutes maybe.
Alright, he's doing it. Average mode. Yeah, the supercharger ancillary services is dope.
I mean, yeah, people don't realize this is really something they can sell to all cars, This is something that really everybody is going to want to go to a supercharger.
And honestly, just the charge and chill lifestyle of road trips, like you go stop, maybe they set up like a little walking path. Like I think that could be cool for supercharge, a little walking path. Because I'm always trying to do walks, and then I'm like next to like a truck stop. Let's see what's with this stuff.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, nice. Okay. Thank you. Wow, bro, I feel like I'm fanboying out right now. I'm on FSD beta with whole Mars, the FSD beta legend. Like what this like.
All right, so check out how it stopped for that pedestrian.
That was pretty good, dude. Honestly, it's killing.
This has a problem with these motorcycles parked sideways. It can't tell the difference between someone riding a motorcycle and a motorcycle just parked.
Oh, really?
It always kind of like slows down to see if they're gonna move. This is one of those little things that needs to be resolved. Like, it's definitely doable with computer vision. You can easily tell which one has a person on, but it just isn't working right now.
What's like the new developments of FSD that have got you most stoked? Is there anything like new that you've been impressed by?
Well, I think kind of using the raw sensor data rather than the post-process data. So you can potentially have something that is even better than what a human could do looking at the camera image, because it can see more than what a human can in low light especially, and stuff like that. I mean, just in general, I think it's been pretty incredible in terms of what it's capable of. Like, you just look at this, right? We're driving around San Francisco, one of the shittiest cities in the world to drive in, and your car is driving around the city, going around cars, whatever, with cameras.
This is like that would have stumped a Waymo, guaranteed.
I don't think it would have stumped a Waymo, but
going around an Amazon truck, I guess that's.
I mean, I'm sure Waymo can handle that. I've seen it handle things like that, but I think that Waymo isn't as geared to San Francisco as like companies like Cruise that have been operating here for a while. And most of all, don't do anything.
Should I be like, am I fidgeting too much? I was doing the scroll wheel that bad?
No,
do you never do the scroll wheel? Because I feel like I get OCD and I do the scroll wheel, but I don't mind doing the scroll wheel because that also offsets the nag. So,
well, yeah, I think
it loves to run the yellows. That was smooth.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want it to run the yellows unless it's not going to make it.
Yeah, exactly. Like what a human would do. Like I would have run that one because you don't want to slam on the brakes.
But I mean, I'm really good at like dismissing the nag from like years. I can get the nag to go away in like half a second of just touching the wheel.
See, I'm still not good at it. I'll be on the highway like.
Yeah, that's I think the hardest thing about using autopilot is the nag. Okay, so you might want to give it a little gas here.
No, I didn't touch it.
Okay.
I didn't touch it. Wow. I mean, bro, this has been.
Yeah, so you can see this guy's kind of sticking into our lane. There's a biker here. This
I
is
mean,
like,
this is a shit show up here. This like,
I mean, this is all very challenging stuff. You know, I would maybe even just like give it a blinker, or you can just wait and see if it does it by itself. But in a situation like this, I might just give it a blinker before it even decides to go.
And if we weren't kind of like doing it for a video, I would just disengage here and drive around because that's easy. But
yeah, you don't even need to disengage. You can just use a blinker.
Did it just decide to do that?
It did. Wow. So you can see, like, this is a shit show.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was dope. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie, FSD is crushing it right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, look, it can do this in this complicated city. Watch this pedestrian. This guy's getting out of his truck. He's left his door open.
Right? And there's... Whoa. Wow.
See?
Holy shit.
See how it gave you that audible alert so you can second check because it knew it was a risky situation. Okay.
Which version of FSD is this?
Woo!
This
We're
is 10.9.
skirting.
Oh, this is 10.9.
We're skirting.
So, you know...
We got,
Yeah, this is 10.9.
Yep, 10.9.
I mean, you know, like...
That's the latest and greatest?
People are like, oh my god, it made one mistake. Like, they're never gonna achieve FSD. It's like, you guys, wake up. There's 60,000 real cars running this software, doing real drives. It works in my car. It works in Galley's car. There's no setup here. Like... It's like Karpathy tweeted this meme. Everybody gangsta until you ship it in the real world. Until you're really putting the software out and saying, hey, you can go use this anywhere. You can go ask this to do anything. And yeah, it is having issues, and then they fix them. That's why we're testing this, to find those issues.
I mean, it's so, like, in the simplest terms, this dude's biking.
Yeah, this guy's biking
like,
in the wrong way.
Yeah, like, this is just...
That's San Francisco for you. This stuff happens every day.
I mean,
right?
It crushed it right there, though.
Yeah,
wow.
So it stopped, it waited for the guy to get out of the way, and it continued. It's like, people don't realize how powerful this is, that you can already do this today, and it's only going to get better. Where's it going to be a year from now? Where's it going to be 2 years from now, right? It's, if not actually driverless, it's going to be practically autonomous, right?
And the no crash thing is incredible to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a human and a computer working together. Everybody criticizes Tesla. These other guys are actually trying to put out driverless cars. Tesla's approach is so much safer, where they're saying, hey, we're actually going to have a human who can catch any issues, and that's okay because it's their car. And then we're going to know it's ready for driverless because we've already been doing it with human supervision for years. And we can say, okay, nobody's had to take over for a safety-related reason for like 2 years.
It's a genius, like you see how they get, you see how they get there. Yeah. And like, I remember what you said that stuck with me hella was about how interventions are gonna get, like, it's gonna go, you're gonna start being like, oh, like, you won't even notice that you didn't intervene, and then you'll start noticing interventions. Yeah. And I think that's crazy, and that's where I'm already feeling like, okay, how do we gauge if FSD is better? I already feel like that's kind of swinging here. Like this drive, it'd be like, oh, if we had an intervention, like, we'd all talk about it. It'd be like, remember that weird thing happened? It was an intervention. Like they're getting weirder and rarer. And dude, you feel like you have a straight up superpower. Like they just double tap, you hear the boom, and then the car it's like, it's such a dope feeling as a driver. It's just so
cool, yeah. And I mean, we're here in San Francisco, California, one of the most densely populated cities in California, the oldest city in California. And it's 3 o'clock, right? People are going out. They're picking up
Tuesday
their kids.
Afternoon, busy.
They're going
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
It's practically rush hour, and we're likely about to have a zero takeover drive to an arbitrary coffee place that we picked without ever doing this route before, without knowing if it would work. We just picked it, and it took us there. This is already happening today. They haven't even released FSD.
Well, and one thing that I think is even more of an X factor with all this is the navigation. That when you don't realize when you drive, needing to figure out where you're gonna go, is like, and like coordinating, like, look where you're driving, read the sign, figure out where I'm gonna go. Like, when your car just knows where it's, even having on the screen's dope, but to me that's like another half the battle, is like, you don't realize how much time you waste stressing about it, if you're in a new place, if you're going the right way, how do I get there, do I need to look it up? None of that matters.
I mean, there's kind of this argument that, well, okay, if it's not fully driverless, what's the point? Is this an entirely pointless technology? And the answer is no, it's not pointless, because your job has gone down from, okay, I'm going to navigate, I'm going to look, I'm going to check if the lane is clear, all of these different tasks. It's been simplified down to just, I'm going to make sure the software isn't about to hit something. So your role has been dramatically simplified, and it is a lot more relaxing and a lot easier. it's a really nice feeling to just be like, okay, take me here, and to not worry about it, and the software just takes you there.
Dude, this is dope. And it's actually in Seattle, I juice it a lot. Maybe I'm being more patient now, but I haven't been juicing it at all. Like hitting the accelerator to like give the signal confidence.
Okay. Disengage. Okay. Or let's give it a little shot. Okay, actually, this is the stopping.
Oh, I guess
point.
This is the park. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and
Can
this
I
is
go
a do
in
not.
there?
No. That's a do not enter. This is a dead end.
Oh, fuck.
You don't want to go in here. Actually, you might be able to turn right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can turn right there. So yeah, that was like a zero takeover.
So we literally
drive.
had a zero takeover, bro.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And
okay.
This is the other thing is like people go, well, it only works in California, you know, and it doesn't work as well in Seattle or whatever. But the thing is, like, if they can get it to work here, they can get it to work anywhere, right?
Oh, SF.
It may be a little bit overfitted, but like they can get it to work everywhere using the same principles. It may not just be done yet because there's less users, but 100%.
Okay.
They can get it to work everywhere.
Is it? I kind of part of me wants to go into like the most ghetto part of Soma and just see what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, Soma isn't even, I think, the most densely populated area. You want to go somewhere crazy? Let's go to like Bernal Heights, or like, you know, we could even go
through the mission of Bernal Heights.
Or we could even go like here.
Like this is all good. Oh, the Tenderloin. That's what I want to. The
Tenderloin is like
the ghetto,
the zombie apocalypse. It's not even the ghetto.
Should we drive through it though? Just to
if you want to, yeah.
Union Square. All right.
I mean, Union Square isn't the Tenderloin.
I brought my flamethrower in the back, so we'll be chill.
Hold on, let me just let's see.
Yeah, you can reroute us. I also don't know. So,
Union Square is like.
Is that?
Okay, you want to go to like the real Tenderloin?
Yeah, just
like,
as I don't want to like go somewhere where like. I mean, honestly, my car is already fucked up anyway. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Might add another key mark to my car?
They're not gonna fuck up your car. Okay, let's just.
And I think that'll be like this is a good X factor for FSD to do.
Okay, let's just go here or something.
Domino's.
Saigon sandwich. Alright, now this is gonna be some shit.
Bam! That's it. This is gonna be some shit.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna be able to make this turn.
Let's see what it does. Sometimes it's been, when it can't make the turn, it just mobs and reroutes, which has been good. We have like an extra construction worker dude here, and...
Yeah, I would maybe just take over right now and go to the next thing. Get it on a good course.
Yeah, so...
Like, this is one thing I do sometimes, is like, if the thing doesn't have the right path yet, then just take over and get it on the right path. Or at least get it going in the right direction. Because, see, now it's like trying to get over there on a short notice. I mean, it was able to make it, but in this case.
Whoa.
So, you see, there was a guy there crossing the street, so that's why it stopped like that.
Yeah, it's like hyper cautious, which I think is awesome.
Okay, and then this is on 16. Let's move it up to 25.
What do you take your homies and show them this all the time?
Oh, yeah. I show everybody.
It's interesting. What do you think people's reactions are? Sometimes I feel like people don't realize how cool it is. Like, I'll take somebody in and they're not like stoked, and I'm just like,
well, yeah, I mean, I think you have to think about it. There can be kind of a range of reactions. I think certain people will appreciate it. Other people will just say, hey, why are you, driving so shitty? Why are you braking so hard, Yeah. So I've definitely had friends who are like hungover and I'm like, oh my God, like, drive yourself, please. And also had situations where my friends were like, wow, okay, this is actually getting pretty good in terms of the comfort.
Yeah. That's funny you mention it, because I have the exact same reaction. Yeah. Like, there's certain moments where you're just wowing all the homies and they're floored and think you're so sick. And then, like, the other half of the time, they're just, like, laughing, like, can't believe you didn't do that turn.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take steps. You have to actually do something. There's no world where everything's perfect. There is no perfect self-driving car. That's why nobody's launched, right? So they've actually found a path where I think they can get to perfection or near perfection. It's going to be able to surpass humans.
What do you think about all the Rivian Lucid, like them kind of shipping these dope EVs, but now the FSD is going to come into the equation more and more, being like, you know, like, is Rivian about to start deploying Rivian beta? I think so.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, sometimes some Rivian or Lucid fans get upset. Maybe they're mostly stock investors and they don't like to hear something bad, but, you know, people hype up, say, the Lucid Air and say, wow, this is a 500-mile EV, and the Model S only goes 405 miles, and this one goes, you know, 500-something. But, and okay, this is actually better than a Tesla, is what they claim. But the fact is, I could never drive that car. If I had all the money in the world, I would still choose the Model S with 400 miles, because it's got superchargers, and it's got FSD beta, and autopilot. And the Lucid Air doesn't even come with Dream Drive, like basic cruise control staying in one lane. They're not even trying to support auto lane change, which Tesla is amazing at. And you can't even do cruise control. Simple adaptive cruise. Drive and keep a distance to the car in front. Lucid Air customers who paid $169,000 for their car, they don't even have that. What's more, even automatic emergency braking, just stopping automatically to hit something in front of you, the car doesn't even have that. Like Honda Civic and Toyota Camry have that. So they basically tried to make their own autopilot competitor using NVIDIA's Drive platform, and they haven't been able to ship it yet. You know, I'm sure at some point they're going to ship it, and it'll be, you know, we'll see how it is.
But do you see another company that is... Tesla just has such software chops and is so, like, people don't think of them as crushing it at safety.
Yeah.
But I think they just, like, don't have holes in their software, and that's, like, when you're driving, like, the tiniest mess up in the software.
Yeah.
Like, try and connect your Bluetooth to most cars to play a song. It's a disaster. Like, so I'm like, okay, if you can't do that, like, it just... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is, you can buy a Tesla for $45,000 or maybe even $35,000 in the past. Some people paid $35,000 for their car, and their car can run FSD beta, and a $169,000 Lucid Air can't. So that really speaks to the differentiation of Tesla software, that no amount of money, you could buy a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Lucid, whatever, spend any amount of money on a car, and you can't get what even the most basic Tesla comes with. I think that's pretty
gonna
powerful.
be that's a game changer, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, this stuff's addictive. Once you get used to it, you can't go back to using a car that doesn't have it. It's just annoying.
Yeah, I'm not road tripping, like, without autopilot ever. It makes my back hurt so much less too, which I love.
Oh my god, it's a life changer. So
and it makes like, I would have never road tripped if I didn't have my Tesla, but now it's like SF to Seattle, like, no problem.
And Gally,
like,
you know, I think people think about like iOS and Android, and okay, someone made iOS, someone made Android, and they're pretty much the same, right? They both run apps, they have a similar kind of touch interface, and throughout software, whenever somebody makes something, others make the same thing. So people are thinking, okay, well, with FSD, it's going to be the same. And of course, other people are going to have their own versions of FSD. But what's the difference between the first best software and the second best software? People are going to have a very low tolerance for mistakes. If your phone has a mistake, you restart the phone, you quit the app maybe, right? If your car has a mistake, you might shit your pants, right?
or die.
Yeah.
Shit your pants can be a win.
Yeah, exactly. So people are going to want to use the best one, not the second best one, the one that has the most experience, right? The one that's been tested the most by thousands of people. So yeah, people are definitely going to gravitate, and as they gravitate towards that, they feed in more data, and they make the system even better, and they make the lead get wider. So I think people aren't appreciating that. Yeah, people will actually pay more and really want to use the number one. Even, you know, maybe there'll be 2 or 3 that are out there, but people are really going to want to use the number one.
And it's not like it's going to be more expensive, because you will just pay per ride and per mile.
It'll actually be free.
You won't buy the car. It'll be free if you want to watch ads, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
or get a sponsor.
I didn't touch anything.
Right? Yeah.
Wow, nice. But yeah, so like
So watch. Put the right blinker on. Put the right blinker on. I want to show you something cool. Watch this. What it does.
Wow! Holy shit!
Wasn't that amazing? It's like super tight right turn.
Holy
with this guy staking out. And okay, so yeah, we're coming up on another zero takeover drive now.
Dude, this has been awesome.
And see, I'm not even driving.
So
people are like, how are your videos good?
And Galley's videos suck.
Yeah. So now here I am with Galley.
Bam, crushed it.
And then I also think, like, you know, people get so fixated on, like, okay, Galley's monorail test or whatever, but it's like in real life, if I was driving and the thing was trying to, like, go into the monorail, I would remember that and I would not turn it on there, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yes, it has flaws, but people work around them. They're not going in every day and going, I'm going to do a monorail test. They're going, oh, it doesn't work with the monorail yet. And then eventually it works. And then it doesn't have that issue. But yeah, I think the way people kind of test it, they look at it in a kind of a very, you know, they're thinking like, okay, I'm testing an autonomous car.
Wow, this is so dope.
You're on 10 miles an hour right
okay,
now. I think that's part of the issue.
And this guy, he was letting me go, and then this is hilarious.
Why does your thing keep going down? Like, is your speed set or something? Let's see, what's your set speed now? It's 0. Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, dope. Gotta have Omar check your FSD settings. That's a major win.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if it's going to be able to make it to post. If it's able to make it to post on the right turn, I'm going to be very impressed. And, you know, we're in, like,
this is the part of SF right now. That's just a permanent kickback.
Yeah, people could just run into the street. There's people on crack, people on meth, people on heroin. They could jump out into the street at any moment.
Dude, this is what trips me out about SF so much, is like we're in, like, the most cutting edge fancy technology in the world.
Yeah.
Yet we're just, like, also, like, it is just kind of like,
okay, it's gonna try and make it. It's gonna try and make it. Oh, it's gonna try and make it.
Did you do that?
No, I'm just holding the wheel.
Okay.
But I actually don't need to.
Dude, I think it's doing it.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Give it a little gas.
No, he's got it. HyperChange got it. Woo! I'm like gutsy. I used to always take over, but now it's like I gotta, like, show up Omar. It's like, no, bro. I'm not taking over yet. You don't even know. Do you even have FSD? Like,
yeah. I mean, you know, it's amazing. It's a breakthrough.
Okay, no. This is what I keep wanting to get to. What's Tesla going to do with the $25K car? I think they will never even make it, because there is no $25,000 car that has FSD.
Should talk to your mom?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Mom. I'm recording a podcast right now, so you're on the podcast. Okay. What's up?
Bye-bye.
All right, wait. You have any? What were we gonna say? Or do you want to say any shout outs?
No, I wanted actually to talk to you about. I have a board meeting tomorrow, and I like your advice.
Oh yeah.
Tonight. Okay. Talk to you tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll call you in a couple hours. Okay. Bye. That was pretty epic. I mean, my mom, she sounded like there was something.
Let's go here. Let's go to Bernal Heights. Let's really see some crazy shit.
Yeah, let's see some crazy shit. I only have an hour on my GoPro.
Yo, this could be a great thumbnail right here. Both of you.
Yeah, how's your footage going there?
Good.
Dude, I think this is gonna be like the coolest podcast ever. Just like a podcast on FSD. Like, these are my favorite types of podcasts. Like, I would love to do one with Elon in, like, Seattle.
Yeah.
Just, like, driving all around Seattle on FSD, like, watching what it does, and whoa, that was wild. And just, like, hearing what he says.
It was trying to make a right turn, but it failed.
You know, like, hearing Elon, like what he says when it's doing the monorail test, like, deciding, he's like, oh, the neural nets are thinking. Like, and then I saw Elon just played that Halo game, too, and I was like, does he really have time to play Halo? Like,
oh yeah, you know, they play games together. They always have.
Who?
The SpaceX team and the Tesla team. It's kind of like a team bonding activity.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, like, it makes sense, like, gaming culture, tech nerds.
I mean, you look at this. This is a video game, right? What Tesla's doing with FSD
video game.
is they're turning your reality into a video game and then playing it.
Wow. That is, bro, we have an Omar quotes. Tweet that, bro. Tweet that.
Okay, let's see.
And also, just like, dude, like the fact that like our government has no involvement in this, it's just like some crazy genius tech billionaire like creates a company. And
they're involved. They're in the conversation.
They're involved. If it was fucked up, they'd stop it. But I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like I feel like it's like our boy Elon, and it's like his experiment. And he's like, yeah, you got like. I mean, I'll let you guys try, and it's like so cool. Like,
I think NHTSA kind of recognizes that this is a game changer for safety.
Yeah.
And you look at today where NHTSA had a talk with Tesla and they decided the car shouldn't do rolling stops. Now, I think the way it was doing rolling stops is totally fine. It's not that big of a deal, but now it's going to stop all the way to 0. So, you think about it, does NHTSA have any power today to make people stop doing rolling stops? No, they don't. But now, with the software update, you can actually make thousands of people drive safer. Just with a software update overnight.
Wow, that's actually...
Yeah.
That's actually healthy. Are we gonna have to cut that? It wouldn't have hit him. It definitely wouldn't have hit him.
No, you don't have to cut it.
That was one engagement.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that was like fine.
And I knew something was up. It was beeping at you.
And it's like, we didn't get that close.
Yeah, that's fine.
The dude didn't notice.
He didn't notice.
I mean, it's the kind of stuff that happens. Like, everything functioned. It's shocking to people because it's new that something like that would happen, but the system functioned exactly as designed. It detected that there was a potentially dangerous situation where the car wanted to go somewhere where a biker was. It started beeping at you to make sure it had your attention, and then you took over to minimize any chance that anything could happen.
Yeah.
So it's shocking to people because it's new, but this is normal, right? And over time, that's going to happen less and less and less.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like, well, the whole time you're driving on human pilot, you're making your car avoid hit a biker. You're constantly making your car avoid hitting a biker on human power. I'm gonna give it a little juice now. So, but then you're surprised that you're doing it for 1 second while on FSD.
Right,
data.
Exactly. I mean,
I have to give it a little juice here.
You're ultimately still in control of the car. Maybe give it a left blinker. Okay, take over.
Ooh, it's gonna do it actually. I mean, it's very good.
Yeah. And, you know, most people are just going to be using it in the suburbs, right?
In the suburbs, I would feel so confident. That's why I love, like, putting it through the ringer.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're trying to do, like, with the videos. Like, it just makes it more fun. It would be boring.
See, this is what I think the issue is. I think you have it set to go on your current speed. You should actually have it on the speed limit.
Okay, because this feature I think I changed because it would like
I don't want to like
a new speed limit and then like speed up quickly. Because in Seattle it happens where like a lot of the roads are small and then it'll like reset to like 25 or 30 on still a small road and then it just like accelerates and I'm like, whoa, like why did you
oh my god, that fixes that issue. I need to set mine to current speed then.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, nice. Arash, do you have a FSD beta?
Yeah, I just got it, but
really?
I think I still have 10.8. I don't have 10.9. This is the latest, right? 10.9.
Yeah, well, now I think we found out why 10.9 was stopped rolling out because of the NHTSA thing. They wanted them to stop doing the rolling stops, even though that's literally been since day one of FSD beta. It's been doing that. Recently, they added the ability to turn it off, and then that's why it caught attention because now it's in the UI. People are like, oh my god, it does rolling stops?
I took over because, honestly, because that fucker was just like in our lane and he kept driving in our lane. So
yeah, I think it could have done that, but I sometimes take over here too because the road is so strange. Okay, let's see. Alright. It wants to take us on the highway.
Okay, so can we get, what about my question? No 25K Tesla ever? Because to me, for like Tesla investors and like the Tesla product roadmap, like, we all have this like holy grail 25K car that says 10 million, but now Elon's like, we're not even, like, it just doesn't make sense to me kind of when you think it through. It's like, okay, a 25K car with a 250K software package, like, that doesn't, or like, well, so how do you know?
I mean, I think that people are you know, they get a little bit carried away with this stuff sometimes. Like, what he said really is we're not going to make a 25K car right now, right? And that they haven't really started working on it. And this is really, I think, kind of a supply chain question where you can't even have the parts to make the Model Ys that you have right now at $1 million, right? Like, famously, they had to take out the passenger lumbar support on the passenger side because nobody was using it and they didn't have enough seat controllers to make all the cars they needed. So they said, okay, if we take off the passenger side controllers, then we have enough seat controllers to make all the cars we need, and barely anyone's using it, so let's do that. And some customers were pissed. They're like, hey, I want that. But they're like, hey, well, we need to keep making cars. So when you have that situation, and you're already selling every car you can make at 50K, and you don't even have the parts you need to make the units you can sell at 50K, cutting it to 25K, where you're now going to get several times more orders because the price point is lower, it just doesn't make any sense in kind of this economic climate of like supply chain shortages and inflation. They may do it eventually. Like they said in their master plan part 2, they want to do all vehicle segments.
But so I think Tesla will disrupt what the 25K car is. Like, that's kind of my theory. Like, the 25K car is this cheap car that you need to get around cities. It's kind of safe. And it's like, well, you don't need that because there's no human drivers anymore. It's all robo-taxis. You won't own that car. The person who would have bought that 25K car will now just subscribe to a ride-hailing service. And so there is no 25K. And I think this is what Elon and Tesla are getting at. And my prediction is they'll never release a 25K car because who the fuck wants a 25K car without autopilot? No one. Well, and Elon knows that too.
I mean, I think that when you look at what the cost of a Model 3 or Model Y is to produce, it's around $35,000 today.
And they could build, like, you remember Google Firefly that Waymo had? That was like a 1 or 2 person car. Like, if I'm like, okay, that might make sense where that's a smaller form factor.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 3 and Y cost $35,000 to make today. So is it possible that like in 2024, 2025, they could get that down to 25,000 maybe in a smaller form factor? 100%. But the thing that I heard about the 25K car is they were considering just not putting any steering wheel and pedals on it. Because by the time it's there...
Model robo-taxi.
Yeah. So I think really the key here is that there could be a $25,000 compact car, a smaller car at some point. It's not really looking like it's too likely right now, but there could be one at some point. And it's no longer the key to affordability that it once was, right? Before it was like, okay, once the 25K car is out, truly anyone can drive a Tesla, but they've got something better than the 25K car now. They've got the $2.50 car, right?
Wow.
A car that costs $2.50 to use.
Yeah.
So that's better than a $25,000 car by several orders of magnitude. And I think that is really the key. Before $25,000 price point makes it affordable, autonomy is going to make EV rides affordable to the masses.
Yeah. And then Tesla, it'll be interesting to see if Tesla's owning the bulk of the fleet or if individuals own the fleet, and it'll be like a property. You have a rental Tesla.
Yeah.
You know, that just makes money for you. Like, because that's always what they kind of talk about.
I mean, I think it was pretty interesting. I just rented out one of these Teslas from Hertz, and I rented it through Uber. So they're doing this program. Half the Teslas or more that Hertz has rented are for Uber drivers.
Wow.
And I rented the Tesla for about like $40 a day, and I just gave people some rides, and I basically had a Tesla for a week for free. And that's really the future, is that a car won't cost anything because you'll be able to send it out and make money for you, and not just giving robo-taxi rides,
it's a producing
but really
asset,
doing a lot of things.
Appreciating asset.
Yeah. And you're already starting to see that happen. You know, they're already appreciating.
Nice jiggle. Dude, this is like a little bit freaking me out because the car just got on the highway. Like, I don't know if people are realizing that. Just decided it was going on the highway.
Yeah, that's what these cars do.
It's kind of weird. So what are you doing now?
Nothing, I'm just holding it so it'll go. I didn't want it to miss
the FSD whisperer.
The FSD whisperer, right? He's like, honestly,
he's just touching the
it's
wheel.
like you're on like a horseback ride, and then you got like the rancher who's like making sure your horse is Gucci. Like
he's just touching the wheel ever so gently.
Ever so gently, just the perfect finesse.
No, it's actually funny. I was with my friend, you know, he has a Model S, and with a yoke. And sorry, I should maybe let you drive her. Like, I have this front seat driver problem now with autopilot.
Nah, it's I'm like, this is a really dope feature.
But I was literally like grabbing my friend's yoke and like hitting the blinker buttons on the steering wheel and making the car change lanes, all from the front seat. It was kind of like trippy that you can basically like control a car from the front seat using software.
Yeah, I mean, this is already. Wow, I'm like, this is a shit show. This merge, like.
Yeah, I mean,
like my car is doing it.
I think it's a really interesting evolution if you think about it, where the user interface to a car used to be this. It used to be the steering wheel and the pedals. That was the UI that a user used.
I love that.
Yeah, right? And now the UI is becoming this, where I actually tap, I want to go to this coffee place. And increasingly that is how you tell the car to go around. And eventually this is going to go away. And this is going to be the complete user interface for the car.
Wow. And it'll just tap, I want to go here. Bam.
Yeah. And maybe instead of turning the wheel to change lanes, you'll swipe left or swipe right on your phone. And the car will just change lanes.
Wow.
With you controlling it over like Bluetooth or something, or even cellular. And you can see here right now, there's no lane lines. Right?
Yeah, it's making me nervous because if I was driving, I'd be like, shit, am I even in my lane? But now the Tesla's just
you don't have to worry about it.
So do I have a, is it asking me to confirm when it changes lanes?
So yeah, it got out of the lane because it saw that truck there.
I was going to take over and then I realized I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Okay, so that's get us off.
Alright, we're about to drive through some crazy shit.
Alright, I hope our GoPro still has juice.
Still blinking.
This is epic. Yeah, it'll give us a nice crescendo when it decides to.
You can plug it in to your car.
Yeah, you can, right?
If you have a USB-C cable, you just take out the battery, plug the GoPro directly in, and it's good to go forever.
Wow, that's a dope hack. I don't know if I have the cable. I'm gonna get on
Alright, we got a merge situation here.
That's good. So do you make videos full time, Arash?
I do sandwich full time.
You do what?
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. I knew that. I don't know what I was.
Yeah, you don't have to jiggle it. You just, like...
Ever so gently.
Just ever so gently, yeah. You just kind of go like that, you know? See, I'm not doing it too much. I just the autopilot touch.
There's so many.
This is honestly the worst part.
Yeah.
This is the big learning curve. Is like people don't know how to hold the wheel.
I still don't know how to do the finesse.
Yeah,
like, and I've had my Tesla for 1.5 years.
Yeah, once you learn how to do it, then life is easy.
There's so many jokes I want to make.
We're gonna be going through some crazy streets. Okay, give it some gas. Give it some gas.
Sorry.
You have to say sorry. This is San Francisco. Crazy shit. Nothing phases me, okay? People run to the street. People, you know, are driving backwards. Nothing that happens in the city phases me. Look at this, you know, this stop sign looks like it was, you know, made with masking tape. And the thing still recognizes it. You know?
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. We're both FSDing.
Of course.
Cruise. What's up, dude?
Yeah, this is San Francisco.
Oh, shit.
Our streets are crawling with self-driving cars.
Right? There's like just as many robots as
someone's getting out of their car.
Can you guys put your visors up?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Look at this. Someone's getting out of the car at the top of a hill. They're walking. They got a trash bag. FSD doesn't care. It sees this shit every night.
Like what's like who's living in Bernal Heights? Like what's the vibe here?
Dude, this is what the whole city looks like. This is just a normal.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
that was crazy because I didn't see that.
Yeah, Gally.
And I was like,
the car
why
was
is it
coming.
stopped?
Exactly.
That was crazy.
This is the thing.
Dude, that
Yes,
was sick.
FSD sometimes makes mistakes, but humans also make mistakes. And you guys are going to cancel out each other's mistakes.
That was dope.
So see how it handled that? That was a really tight.
And she kind of like swerved into us for a sec almost, it looked like.
Yeah, so it managed that passing situation. It's pretty good at those.
Yo, 10.9 is way better than 10.8. I feel like
Arash is like, what the fuck?
Arash is like, this shit is not what I have.
No, I feel like my car would totally struggle here. This is crazy.
That's clown.
Dude, yeah, it's getting better.
I was trying to do a time lapse on the way here, my camera fell twice because of sudden stops.
No way.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need a better mount.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had to just seat belted in. Didn't have my suction mount. Gently. Come on, Gally.
Gotta get the touchdown.
You gotta get the touchdown. Holy shit. This is crazy.
It's like...
Alright, so check this out. Okay.
Holy shit. Oh, sorry.
That's good.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Holy shit, okay. I don't think we would have crashed there, but it would have... Yeah.
I think it would have stopped, but you just want to take over anyway sometimes if it's a situation like that.
And you don't want the other drivers to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now let me give us a random new point to travel to. Let's go to here. Or actually, that's not that interesting. Let's go here. Now we're talking. No, that's not that interesting. Whatever.
Ooh, I didn't... That's a new feature.
Alright, there we go.
Honestly, waypoints are bunk. Now I know why Elon didn't want to add waypoints. I'm beefing with waypoints. Because it's like... Oh, wait, what's up?
Yeah, it can be
This is just a shit show.
Yeah.
It's just...
Look at that. It just tucked in the mirrors.
Wait, what? Did it just do that?
Because it knows this is such a shit show. Okay, disengage and get over to the side for this guy.
Wait, no, now I did it
Disengage
again?
and get over to the side.
Okay, sorry.
You just
I
wait.
thought you were going to be more hardcore about FSD.
No, I mean, the guy's trying to go.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Sorry. Feeling like a dick.
It's fine. I mean, it's okay.
Dude, I love how it decides. This is so cute with its little ears. It's like, was that just like got like shy for a second? Like, ooh, this is gonna be fun.
All right.
Give it a little bit of gas.
Interesting turn.
It's
here.
on hold. Okay. Let's slow it down to 15. Okay. We can do this. Give it a little. Yeah, you can go. You can do it. There we go, baby.
Wow. We doing it.
Oh yeah, let's not get too crazy.
Okay.
Let's just give it 15. This is kind of a tight place.
Oh my god.
You can have fun at a lower speed. So I mean, just look at this shit. This is like.
All right, look at that.
With the post office.
This is like more of an.
Shout out
It's
USPS.
like an MC Escher painting of a city. Okay.
Like, how is USPS not collabing with Tesla? This is such a big win for Biden to just be like, USPS is all gonna be made by Tesla, like made in America, like sick partnership. Like,
have you seen the concept EV for USPS?
Isn't it like the ugliest thing
god,
ever?
it's the ugliest vehicle I've ever seen in my life.
God, dude, like. Did you guys? What's good with the I still think we should do the just straight up go to the White House.
Down.
All
Whatever.
Tesla owners.
You know,
just pull up.
I don't think it matters that much. I think that the reality is
the line of the supercharger is going to be brutal, though. I was thinking that.
Nobody is going to benefit more from an EV tax credit than Tesla. So if Biden wants to pass it, be my guest. And obviously he can't invite Elon there because it's basically a handout to Elon and Tesla. Okay, just check this out. Here's a guy getting out of his car. Looks like he's going to get out of the way in time.
We have a dope view here.
Yeah. That's what I love about FSD. You just enjoy the view and
dude,
car drives you around.
Yeah, and honestly, it made me a little sad that Tesla didn't have interesting. What's it getting ready?
It just thinks it's too narrow. Just give it a little bit of gas. Sometimes you just need to give it a little kick.
it honestly kind of made me sad to see that Tesla left Silicon Valley and that like SF, like I love SF. It's such a beautiful city, and Tesla's... I feel like it had so much potential, and they let it like. I like feel like in real time I can see like I feel like less people are here, like everybody's moving out. I don't know, and it made me sad.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, it is kind of sad, but Tesla's still here, and all their software engineers, the autopilot team, they're all still here.
They're all still getting Blue Bottle,
and they're not necessarily going to move to Austin. They don't necessarily all want to, so it'll be okay. It's actually a good thing. The company's gonna have a beautiful new headquarters in Texas at the Gigafactory.
Dude, that Gigafest is gonna be such a fun
people are like, they're never gonna achieve autonomy, but look at this. It can already drive through some of the craziest roads you can imagine.
Right?
And yeah, like
we should throw up the drone here.
Should we throw up the drone? Should we stop?
Let's do like a cycle around it because this is narrow as fuck.
Okay, when we get to the destination.
Look at, was that a street we could have gone up?
Okay, look at that. That girl just ran into the street. It slowed down.
What is happening?
Nothing. This is normal stuff. People running into the streets. It happens all the time. There's another guy getting cleaning his car. Looks like.
Let's hit the Bernal Heights parking lot.
Oh, just let's do this first. The guy cleaning his car. See that? Moving over for him.
Wow.
And see, it shows him cleaning his car.
See, now we're just stacking up destinations with waypoints, which is bunk. Yeah. All right, so when we go to this parking lot, we'll do the drone thing. Is that cool?
Right. Yeah.
Dope.
As long as there's like narrow roads like that, because that's cool. You were going slow and it's narrow. It really shows.
Or, I mean, I can just stop right here if you think this is...
Yeah, I mean, Omar, what do you think?
Right, yeah, we can stop.
That was epic. We're going to show you the drone footage of what just happened, where we did this insane...
It's going to make it.
It was going to make
it yourself.
Yeah, it might be just too... Yeah, but the footage we just got of the drone, it literally looked so good. We tried to recreate it because we thought you would think it was a human driver.
What the hell is this?
Oh, that's the part of my car from the crash. Yeah, that was like, I don't know, I saved it.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. All right, here we go through SF. Honestly, I'm loving FSD beta. Like this one drive.
And there's another version coming out now tomorrow.
Like you just checked your phone and got the new update, or that's what people on Twitter
I didn't get it yet, but the release notes are out, so it's probably out to employees and it's going out to customers tomorrow.
Yeah. And I love what you were saying before when we were parked about how like just the amount of space, and it's like, okay, autonomy, like it's not even about you renting your car out to random people, but like, holy shit, but like your friends and family, like all that kind of stuff, and then just cars be so much more useful, and us like not having to have cars parked and not having as parking lots. Like cars are like the VIPs of our cities. That's like one of my pet peeves. And like
definitely,
they're not even Tesla cars. They don't even have feelings. And like, and it's like, why are we giving them the view? You know? Wow, that was dope. And so I don't know. I just think there's like the way our cities are laid out and space happens is all around the car and it's all around human drivers. And now we have the ability to change all of that.
Totally.
Super dope.
I mean, people really can't comprehend how much this is going to change. This is going to change the makeup of our cities. Here's a guy running, right? It's moving away from it. It's going to change our architecture. It's going to change how kids live their lives, right? They're going to have freedom a lot earlier. Yeah, it's going to be a total game changer.
We're at Bernal Heights Park. This is dope. Shit, holy shit.
It was moving away from that car. That's what was going on there. Sometimes they can do those kind of weird moves when there's a car on the other side. Kind of scare people.
Wow, this is dope.
Alright, yeah, 25 is good.
I love how we're just cutting through all of SF right now. It's gonna be legendary.
We got a speed bump here.
So you think this is gonna work for the Tesla bot? Like,
yeah.
Is this gonna be the same as? I always think of like doing dishes or doing laundry, and I'm like, I feel like it's a different training of the neural net to like be in the house versus on streets. I don't know.
Well, it's fundamentally the same thing. You're recognizing objects. You're recognizing what's the walkable space, just like this is recognizing where the drivable space is. In many ways, it's a lot easier because, you know, it's not a safety situation. I think the Tesla bot will be able to drive cars, and you'll be able to teach it to do pretty much anything a human can do.
Yeah. So what do you? What's your take on the whole Tesla bot? I don't even know if we talked about it.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, if you think about it, I can go, when the software is mature, send my car out and have it go pick up milk from the grocery store. Well, why couldn't I use the same software to have a Tesla bot go walk out of my house, walk to the corner store, actually go in the store, buy the thing, and then come back? Like, why not? The same software could do it. It's just different kinds of robot bodies. Do you want a robot body that you can sit inside and bring 5 people inside? Or do you want a robot body that's just a humanoid body that can go walk in the store and do whatever?
Like, won't that look so weird to just have all these Tesla bots walking around San Francisco? Like, I don't know. I just kind of think it's like a bigger than like, oh, we're just repurposing FSD technology for robots. Like, yeah, but it's also like, this is like the Black Mirror moment of like, robots are among us. Like, humanoid robots are here. They're everywhere. They're replacing a lot of tasks. Like, this is like a really big moment for like us becoming the sci-fi movie we...
Well, these are already robots that are going to be among us. You'll walk out in the street at midnight and you'll see a bunch of cars, robots without drivers, driving around, walking around, doing their business, and you'll cross the street and they'll stop for you, and that will be robots being among us. And then the humanoid body is just a different kind of body, really. But yeah, like, it's a turning point where there's going to be robots walking on the street doing our bidding, whatever we need it to do, and it's going to completely change the economy, completely change the way we work. It'll help the mission in a lot of ways, scaling EV production.
Yeah, and it's weird the way Elon talks about it. Like, there's no like limit to the economy. Like, everything's limited by labor, and if we can take off that bottleneck, then that's like a huge economic win. Like, I'm even thinking like, okay, if you fast forward all the way, the Tesla bot is literally like growing food, harvesting the food. Like, you literally sit, like, I'm just in my chair and like I use my Neuralink to just subconsciously imagine what I want.
Yeah.
And like the infinite pool of labor that is Tesla bots will create that, assuming I have enough cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be wild. Like, I always think like it's crazy how like you know, like a mage, it's like a wizard, like they can do, like, it's like magic. And but then you think about like technology is getting so much more magic-like. Like, I just think I like press a button and now everything's taken care of and it's doing it. Like, just thinking of, I want a fresh strawberry, and then 1 minute later a fresh strawberry like appears.
We got a left with no arrow. Perfect. Couldn't have been done better.
And that biker dude.
Yeah, and the biker dude was there.
I don't know. For some reason, to me, the Tesla bot thing is just, it just changed what Tesla was in my mind, from like the car electric to like the robot company.
Yeah, and that's really what they are. Cars is one kind of robot that they're going to make, and they're going to make other kinds of robots too. I think that, yeah, Tesla's becoming a much bigger company than a car company. They've got their energy business, which I think could be a very huge business over time. They've got their car business, which is already immensely profitable. And they're going to start selling other kinds of robots too now. So we have kind of like a broader vision for Tesla as an AI company that's focused on clean energy.
What's a new product that you think will come out of Tesla that we're not really like thinking of? Like, the bot came out so out of like nowhere for me. Like, not out of nowhere, because I literally called you. I remember when I was in Rome and it was like 2 a.m. Rome time, and I called you and you're tweeting all the rumors about Daniel Huang.
No, I think I called you, if I remember correctly.
Okay, but we talked. I remember we talked when the Daniel Huang rumors were
I remember, yeah, we talked on the phone. I said, dude, Tesla's gonna do a robot.
Yeah, and I'm like
you were like, what the fuck?
I'm like, no, they're fucking not,
no
Omar.
way.
You're just like talking out of your ass, bro. Like, Elon is not gonna. And he's like, dude, they're gonna have a robot.
Oh yeah, Dennis Hong just totally leaked it.
Dennis Hong leaked it, and we weren't sure if it was legit or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember that, and like you being like, nah, dude, like Elon's gonna do this shit, and I did not think he was gonna do it, because it's always a letdown. And then they did it, and it was like, whoa, like Elon is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they're actually going to make robots. Like, the reason we don't have robots is really that they don't have brains, right?
That's right on Reddit.
So
epic.
They would be remote control bots up to this point in history. Now, with this software, we can actually have robots that can walk around the world and say, okay, I need to go here, I need to avoid this, I need to not walk into this hole, right? And the robot could go do it by itself. I mean, think about the possibilities if every night you went to sleep and this robot went and it looked around your room and it said, okay, Gally threw his pants on the couch. Let me go pick those up. Let me fold them. Let me go put them in the... This is all simple tasks,
I'm gonna
right?
be like, dude, we're already lazy slobs. This is just getting so much worse with the Tesla bot. Like,
or imagine you have an app on your phone. It has all the clothes in your closet. You pick out the shirt. You pick out the pants you want to wear. It actually knows what's in your closet because it keeps track of the laundry and all that. And then you jump in the shower. The bot sees that you're in the shower, and it goes and it picks out the clothes.
Maybe like takes out my shirt, steams it so it's not wrinkly.
And then you think about, for example, this robotaxi supply chain. If like Tesla does make their cars fully driverless, you then have all these kind of logistical and supply chain issues where, okay, I'm ordering, say, toothpaste. Someone needs to go and take the toothpaste off the shelf, put it in the trunk of the car, and then maybe even take it out of the trunk and walk it to the front door of the person who ordered it. So the bot becomes really critical to being able to leverage all this investment to the fullest that they've put into FSD.
And it's crazy because it's like, what are we talking about combating with this? It's like scarcity at its core, and like that's the root of like all human issues in some ways. Scarcity, like not enough food, not enough shelter. So this is the I don't want to sound crazy, but like where you just made me think is like utopia. Like that, it unlocks so much economic value. Anyone can have shelter. Anyone can have food. Like, we don't have to work for it. Like anyone can do what they want with their time. Like that, and it's crazy to think that we're in the technology that is that utopia, ubiquity, like potential.
I mean, really, I want you to imagine that a 7-year-old could start a business and have 20 people working for them, but those people are robots.
Well, when you look at what's happening on Ethereum, the combination of like this decentralized, permissionless deployment of software is hella interesting. Because you've had a couple 12-year-olds who are just like good at coding and just coding shit, and nobody can stop them. And it's like, wow, like I always think like an AI that lives on a decentralized blockchain, like that is like the evil part of society, because you couldn't kill it, because it would be like a decentralized blockchain that like our economy is tied to. And like I don't know, like at what point is the Tesla sentient? Like it's not sentient, like, but like right now to me it's like at some point the
I mean, it's headed towards sentience. Elon has talked about really Tesla could have an impact on AGI because...
What's AGI?
Artificial general intelligence, like
a
true human level of intelligence that can just think and that can think about, why do I exist, right? So
no way.
I mean, if you think about it, a car doesn't need to have a general intelligence to be able to drive like we're seeing right now. It's not general intelligence, it's just stupid object recognition, right? But if a car did have a general intelligence, it would drive better. It would say, okay, that guy's holding a laundry bag. I don't think he's going to cross the street. It looks like he's really trying to make sure the laundry bag's all together. Or, okay, that guy is getting out of the car. He looks a little older, so I've predicted that he's going to drive a little bit slower, right? Yeah, that was cool. All these things that kind of humans only know. A general intelligence would drive better. So, naturally... if you think they're going to keep putting out updates and they're going to get better and better, 10 years from now, yeah, maybe it will be sentient. Maybe you go in and you go, all right, Tesla, take me to my ex's house. And it's like, really, dude? Like, you want to go there?
Bro, like, this is the fact that this is the first use case you thought of for the Tesla AGI. I don't know, there was a cop there.
Yeah, so good idea.
I don't want to have to... Although that would have been a hella dope footage for the vlog. No. The car was driving. Like, I know. No. I know.
Officer, you don't understand.
Dude, we can ask Elon. Yeah. He'll tell you the car.
But I think Elon's also gotten into this idea of kind of the population pyramid, and we had basically this situation where there was World War II and everyone was killing each other and exploding. All your friends were dying. It was super shitty. Then everyone came home and they just wanted to fuck, right? And what happened? They had a bunch of babies. We had a baby boom. And for a long time, we had a situation where all the babies, all the younger people, were essentially paying into Social Security. And then that Social Security money was being used to take care of the older people. And it worked because there were so many young people and not that many old people. Well, people started, women started advancing in their careers and people started having less children. And now the pyramid's kind of inverted where we have all these old people we need to take care of, but the tax revenue is only coming in from a small amount of people, right? So that's a situation, I think, where
Tesla bots need to pay taxes.
Yeah, that's a situation, I think, where potentially you have
try to give it some juice.
Yeah, that's a situation, I think, where you potentially have kind of like an economic collapse, really, if you do nothing. But things like the Tesla bot could help turn that around, because even though you have less people, they could actually be more productive. And that's what's really important.
But that's like a really weird, dark future for humanity where bots are doing everything and bots are rising and humans are
Give it some gas, dude. We're going to miss this light.
The Waymo? Holy shit, we almost hit a Waymo. Okay. Dude, no, it's an interesting combo. Because... yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a dark future for humanity, actually. I think it's actually a bright future where, imagine you say, you know what, I got this really dope idea for a clothing store, and you designed it on your iPad and you hit a button and a bunch of bots go out and they actually build this store based off your iPad design in real time. And you go the next day and the store that you designed is built, right? They've been working 24 hours on it. They don't sleep, they don't shit, nothing. That's really kind of what we're headed towards. An era of like massive productivity where things could be built in a heartbeat.
But those who own the productivity will be few, which is, I know that's like a hot take, but that, to me, that's like inevitably where it's all going.
I mean,
like
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that it'll be a huge boon for anybody, really. And it's all kind of political. Like, we can set the tax code or set up the system any way we want. We can have universal basic income, or we can set whatever policies we want in our society. What we have is not fixed. So fundamentally, you just have to look at productivity. What is the value one person can produce, right? So maybe one person today can produce $100,000 of value making, t-shirts with their bare hands or something. But if you give them some assistance, they can do $1 million. And it's really industrialization. We've been seeing this for many decades, if not centuries, machines letting humans be more productive. And this is just a continuation of that. You had, I think, like the Luddites in England who, when they had automated ways to make clothes, they went and they burned down those factories that were making clothes in an automated way because they said, you're taking my job.
But those were the literal Luddites, where the word came from.
They were the literal Luddites. That's what they called themselves. And
that was so funny.
And yeah, like,
I think there'll be a similar revolt. The non-Neuralinkers.
You know, I think there could be, but at the end of the day,
is it gonna go now?
At the end of the day, ultimately, people got to have more shirts, right? It used to be you had one shirt because it took so long. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
It was so hard to make that one shirt.
No, it was literally so hard and so time consuming to make that one shirt that your average peasant working on the farm, they couldn't afford that many shirts. Then someone invented an automatic sewing machine. All of a sudden, you could make a shirt like this, right? Now people have like 20 shirts because it's easy.
Yeah.
That's really what we're talking about here. Right? Like, so okay, housing, right? Right now, maybe you have one house. You can barely afford one house. Well, what if it was so easy to build housing that new housing was being built all the time? And now, like, your average person could actually afford to have 2 houses. You know, it's not crazy to think.
All right, that sums it up. Epic FSD drive in SF, sunset, got the homies here. Woo! Omar, thank you. Arash, this was epic. Honestly, I gotta say, FSD did way better than expected. Killed it in SF. We're getting there. Can't wait to see the robots walking around. Elon, Karpathy, great job. See y'all next time. Peace.